You read the title right. CS2 cases are going extinct, and it's due to this exact reason right here. People opening the cases. Now you might be wondering. Cases are produced every day through the drops you get on the little menu screen. You're right, but you're also wrong. There's many cases in the game, such as... I was actually smart in investing in these. I bought these when they were $4, just a little bit of a flex. The shattered webs. Those cases will never come back once you open them. Why? Because they were part of an operation and they were only dropped during that operation. They will never come back to the game again. Same with the Riptide cases, which are a lot more expensive. The Riptides are expensive because they actually have some of the best knives in the game. They have the butterflies and the gamma finishes, which is quite a luxury. I'm not going... give me that shot. But... yeah, the Riptide cases are like 18 bucks now, which is absolutely ridiculous. And they're even more than the breakout case. Also, that guy hit a nice shot. But they are even more than the breakout cases. Let me tell you, the breakout case was the biggest prospect in the game. Because it's also kind of going extinct, but it's not going as extinct as the Riptide case, because I believe the breakout cases are still actually being dropped. They're just in the rare drop pool. But the Riptide cases are not being dropped at all. You know what I mean? And, I mean, CS2 case openers, like, pretty much every CS2 YouTuber is constantly opening thousands of cases, like, pretty much daily. Which means that these things are just flying at it, like, they're just flying into extinction. I'm not telling you to buy them because, honestly, I couldn't tell you it'd be worth it to buy them because, especially since Valve is about to release its, like, skin maybe nuke soon, but we'll see how that works. Maybe they'll try to fix the problem in their new update. But I don't want to tell you to buy them, especially just because I don't know if they'll continue going up or if this is just, like, an overhyped kind of time we're experiencing. It's very possible that these skins are just, or these cases are just being overhyped, but I don't think so because it's possible they just never come back. What would really change the game is if Valve introduced these cases into the drop pool, like the rare drop pool, which would make them still rare and still kind of expensive, but they wouldn't go extinct in that case, you know what I mean? But regardless, I still think the skins will get more expensive, or the cases will get more expensive, and I'm not sure how Valve's gonna handle this regarding like the armory pass cases. Like I know we have those right now, and I'm pretty sure the gallery case is out of rotation now, so I don't know if the same thing will happen to the gallery case, which happened to the, you know, shattered web and Riptide. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But it's a very interesting like situation we're in here. But yeah, I was so glad I invested in those shattered web. I saw that coming from a mile away, by the way, like before everybody was talking about it. I bought them when they were like $4 because I was like, wait, even though the skins aren't that great and the knives aren't insane, these cases cannot come back. They are not in the rare drop pool. And I saw that coming from a mile away, and I was like, I'm investing in these. So that being said, this storage unit used to be worth 400, now it's worth $1,000, and it might just climb from there. But that being said, I also did make a bad decision and sold a ton of breakout cases, or not, sorry, Riptide cases, actually, and breakout cases, because I didn't see them going up as much as I hoped. In fact, they actually went down over a little bit of time, but that was a mistake because they just freaking exploded, you know what I mean? So I guess flip me, man. Like, I sold the bread. Is that guy flashing? That's a horrible flash. Nice flash, buddy. But yeah, I don't know. How did he get there that fast? Okay, whatever. But my teammate kills him. But I might honestly invest in the gallery cases if they never come back to the official drop pool, and I feel like that's something that I might get onto early. I haven't done it yet, but I might. I'm considering it, but. Another thing to consider is, this has also been a big thing recently, is that Valve owns your skins and they can do whatever they want. They could literally delete your skins. Do I think Valve will do that? No, they could though. You know, it's like, I don't know how to say this, but it's like investing in a stock and then the person who you bought the stock from is just like, or the company you bought the stock from is just like, yeah, never mind. We're good. You know what I mean? Like, that's the risk with CSGO skins, is that they're seriously, they're very very interesting in that regard. Like, recently Valve just introduced the update which made it so that skins are harder to scam, which is a good thing, but it just shows how much power they have over skins. You know, they can really do whatever they want. And they've, I mean, in the past, they've removed whole skins just because they were stolen artwork, so they could literally... Well, they didn't remove entirely, they just replaced the thing, but... You know, let's say there was, like, stolen artwork now of the Dragon Lore, they might have to change that, you know what I mean? And they could just change Dragon Lores, which I don't know, probably wouldn't affect the price like an insane amount, but I'm sure it would make them less desirable, you know what I mean? But point being, skins are not the safest of investments, and I don't think they're super smart, but I think if... Oh my gosh, okay, I forgot single door is open. But if you play Counter-Strike, and how I look at it, and how I've been doing my whole CSGO career, also look at this thing's a beauty, but how I've been kind of looking at the situation my whole time playing Counter-Strike is I'm gonna have skins in the game because I like playing the game and I like, you know, owning nice skins, so I'm just gonna buy nice skins, you know what I mean? And if they go up in value, that's cool. If not, that is what it is. You know, I'm mainly buying it for the skin, you know what I mean? Mainly. That being said, I haven't really bought any play skins as an investment, but I bought cases in it as an investment, you know what I mean? Like, this print stream isn't an investment. I fully bought this just because it looks freaking nice, man. Like, it looks nice. I think it is actually an investment. I think these things have been slowly going up. But the point is that I don't buy it, and especially for, like, this skin, I'm pretty sure more of these are still getting opened, like, to this day. And so these things are only going to go down, to be honest, but it's possible they go up when the collection gets removed later on, so, you know, you never really know, you know what I mean? But the op fade has been out of the game for quite a while, and it hasn't really gone up, but that's partially just because it's such a kind of piss-awful skin with a, well, not piss-awful, but it's just kind of a mediocre skin, you feel me? So, nothing too special about it. That's kind of how I see it. It's supposed to be comparable to a Dragon Lore, but honestly, it just looks like another fade they did to be lazy. Which fades are cool, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I feel like, oh man, I'm him, but fades are they're cool, but I hate when they just add an M4A4 or M4A1 fade instead of, you know, like, it would be cool if it was like a like pink in the collection, but if it's supposed to be a red, I feel like the reds need to be more creative than just fade, 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 fade. But I'm not complaining because fades are still really cool, and I think, honestly, they're some of my favorite skins, but I'd just rather see like a really cool M4A1, like a masterpiece or something, rather than you know, just lazy kind of skin so Valve can throw something out. Like, this is a good example of a red. They didn't just throw up a AK-47 fade, which I'm sure they will do at some point, but they made something nice. They made something original. Look at the gold it shines on it, you know what I mean? Like, and it has good artwork, and that's a lot of things that the new reds don't. Like the op pop dog, that thing, or the long dog, I mean, it's alright, don't get me wrong, I like it, but it's just not, it's not at that red status, you know what I mean? It's just not there yet. And I feel like something like a Dragon Lore is what deserves a red status, or a Gungnir. Like, the Gungnir is really unique with its like texture and the shine of it. But the long dog looks more like a red in a case, you know what I mean? Not a red in an operation. And that's where my biggest like problem kind of lies with the current way or direction like Valve is going with skins, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, I'm just talking to a camera, so. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's such a weird thing, just how skins have changed over the years. Because on one hand, they've gotten cooler. Like the blues, the pinks, the purples, you know, they've all gotten better, objectively. What is my teammate's crosshair? What is this? This is the crosshair of, like, Doom and Despair. And also his aim is, questionable at best. How... The problem with that crosshair is you cannot see the middle of your screen. You cannot see what you're aiming at. Your crosshair's out here when you're supposed to be locked in on this little dot right there, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get that, man. I guess he's a avid user of the MP5 SD, so you know, you gotta let the man live his own life, I guess, at the end of the day. But that's probably why he's 6 and 7. 6, 7. I'm so tough for that. I'm so tough for that. Everything I do is just tough. I'm gonna smoke this corner here. Not like that, but dude, it surprises me just how actually bad I am at this game sometimes. Like I can do things that are really cool sometimes, and then I can do things like that. But with this guy's favorite gun being the MP5 SD, it definitely makes a lot more sense why he has this crosshair. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, if you're gonna use this piss awful gun, you might as well commit to it, and that's what this man has done here. Massive respect, you know what I mean? This guy definitely does not let anybody tell him how to live his life. And even though it may not be the most optimal way to live your life, you know what I mean? He enjoys his life. And that's something that everybody needs to take away as a life story. You know what I mean? You cannot... Nice. GG's, GG's, GG's. Well, anyway, skins are dying. Subscribe so I can buy Dragon Lore. Yer.